Hello, learners. Welcome to today's lecture on T.S. Eliot's theory of poetry and poetic process. It is also known as theory of impersonality of poetry that has been given by Eliot in his article Tradition and Individual Talent. As you know, T.S. Eliot is a popular and famous poet, dramatist, and critic of 20th century. His famous poem, The Wasteland, which was published in 1922, is considered as one of the best poems of the century. Similarly, he has written a number of successful plays like The Murder in the Cathedral, that is dedicated to the memory of St. Thomas Becket, the iconic Archbishop of Canterbury. In the field of criticism, T.S. Eliot has written some articles. Here I will mention two articles, Tradition and the Individual Talent and the Metaphysical Poets, in which he has given the concept of tradition and his theory of poetic and poetry and poetic process, or the theory of impersonality of poetry. To begin with, let us talk about the process of poetry. Eliot believes that as poetic powers of a poet mature, there should be greater extinction of his personality. Secondly, a poet must acquire greater objectivity, and his emotions and passions must be depersonalized, and he must be as objective as a scientist, because 20th century is the age of rationality, objectivity, and science. According to Eliot, the ingredients of a poetry are thoughts, ideas, emotions, feelings, and images. Poetic process given by Eliot in the article The Tradition and the Individual Talent is that images, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and sentiments are lying in a chaotic state in poet's personal mind. And whenever favorable circumstances are created in poet's mind, a mind of poetry is created that is separate from poet's personal mind, in which the images and thoughts are at complete freedom to combine to give out poetry. The more the personal mind of the poet is separate from the mind of the poetry, the poem that will be the outcome will be perfect. Coming to the role of poet's personal mind in poetic process, poet's personal mind facilitates the poetic reaction in combining images that gives out poetry. As the poetic process is an objective process, so poet's mind only facilitates the combination, but it does not influence the reaction or the combination of images in any way. Eliot uses a very appropriate scientific term to describe the role of poet's personal mind in poetic process. He uses the word catalyst and believes that poet's personal mind acts like a catalyst in the poetic process. Now, what is a catalyst and what role does it play in a chemical reaction? Catalyst is a chemical substance that facilitates and increases the rate of reaction, but at the same time it neither influences the reaction and nor is influenced by it. So as to make his example more obvious, Elliot gives the example of the chemical reaction in which two elements, water and sulfur dioxide, combine in a crucible to form sulfurous acid. In this reaction, a thin wire of platinum acts as a catalyst which increases the rate of the combination of both water and sulfur dioxide, giving rise to the formation of sulfurous acid, but it does not influence the reaction nor it does get influenced by it. That is, in the end product, that is sulfurous acid, there is neither the strain of platinum on sulfurous acid nor there is an element of acid on platinum wire. It remains inert and objective, like the mind of the poetry in the poetic process as believed by Eliot. Coming to features of good poetry and good poet, Eliot believes that a good poetry and good poet must be as objective as possible. The greater a poet escapes from his personality, the greater and more accomplished poet he is. Here he is differentiating the definition of poetry that was given by Wordsworth in the beginning of 19th century, that poetry is not the expression of personality, rather it is escape from it, in the same way as poetry is not flowing with the emotions but escape from it. It is not the expression of ideas but escape from the personal ideas and opinions. So a poet, like an artist, should be completely objective and scientific, like a scientist, in the poetic process. Thanks and have a nice day. And thank you very much for listening to this lecture. Today's assignments are: give the example given by Eliot to illustrate his theory of impersonality of poetry. Number 2, define catalyst and give one example of a catalyst. You can give your responses on WhatsApp number 93141 21841. Thank you once again and have a nice day.